It is Tuesday, March 17th, 2026. So, the drawdown of immigration agents that were deployed into Minnesota in January and February looks to have occurred, based on reports over the past week of confirmed enforcement activity here in Minnesota. So, we're going to go through some pictures here, and these are an at a glance view of nationwide confirmed immigration activity over the past week. I've removed the green observation pins and kept in only those where there are actual arrests or on the ground activity that were both spotted and reported, uploaded to iceout.org. So, in summary, we are still seeing a presence here, but the confirmed immigration activities now look to be more focused on those states or metro areas where there are expected to be higher proportions of undocumented immigrants. That includes Southern California, New York, and Florida as regular centers of activity, but also includes activity in Vermont, the Pacific Northwest, throughout the Midwest, and Texas. So I've taken a step back from some of the local community chat groups, in addition to just providing a source of alert fatigue for me at this point. I'm starting to see a lot of the folks who are really engaged there seem to be more interested in sustaining that engagement than addressing a pressing issue. And that was really the case and the reason why I got involved back in January. In my professional life, I was often called in to help resolve issues of various types. Since I work in the medical field and communication to affected parties of any issue in the healthcare IT space is often as important to resolving an issue as the technical fix is, I'd often have to describe the process I'd be following in order to update people. And that process is stop the bleeding, then clean up the blood. The bleeding from ICE looks to have been staunched, but the blood still remains. The city of Minneapolis published a breakdown of costs incurred by just the city of Minneapolis in the month of January and estimated that total fiscal cost in just January for just one city to be over $200 million. And that is in addition to the negative individual health, education, and financial effects that the surge has had on our state. Reuters, more recently, just a couple of days ago, published an article to this effect. It focuses a lot on these same impacts that have continued after the drawdown. In particular, a 50% no-show rate for children who are scheduled for treatment for things such as sickle cell anemia and cancer. Also focuses on teenagers who cannot access medication for life-threatening illness such as leukemia because their only parents or caregivers have been detained. It also shows the ongoing impact to school attendance, which further impacts school funding. The Fridley School District, for example, has about 2,800 students, about 80% of which are people of color. And about 100 of them have vanished, have not been showing up in school since the beginning of December. Because school funding is based on enrollment, that has a direct funding impact of about $10,000 per child per year, which impacts the Fridley School District to about $1 million a year. And this is in addition to withheld federal funding for nutrition assistance, which is another ongoing impact that the federal government's siege against Minnesota still has. That impacts the Fridley School District alone to the tune of $130,000. So in short, from where I'm standing, it seems like my state has a tourniquet on, but is still standing ankle deep in blood. And the federal government is both holding the knife and withholding the mop.